and welcome to another episode of Full Steam Ahead, Choo Choo, where we talk about science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Today we are going to be cooking. But what do we have around here that we can cook with? Do you see a microwave, an oven, a grill? We actually do have something to cook with. A solar oven, which will allow us to cook from the power of the sun. Did you know that you can find cookbooks and science experiment books at your local library? Today, I brought a couple special books from the libraries. This one is called Awesome Kitchen Science Experiments for Kids, 50 STEAM Projects That You Can Eat. And this is by Dr. Megan Olivia Hall. And this is a fun book that you can check out. I also brought one from our local library here at Prescott Valley Public, called Toad Cottages and Shooting Stars by Sharon Lovejoy. And you can find this in our parent-teacher section in the children's department. And this is where I gained the inspiration today to make the solar oven. So what's special about cooking with a solar oven? Well, for one, you don't need any fire, electricity, or gas. You just need some common household materials, which we'll go over here shortly, and a nice sunny day. This is also a great activity that you can take with you camping in our beautiful Arizona forests. Solar ovens have been around a long time. They were largely used and developed by the French Foreign Legion in the 1870s. Now, huge solar ovens can reach temperatures of up to 750 degrees Fahrenheit, but the one we're going to be using today is going to get about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. However, you're still going to need to be careful when handling the food because 200 degrees is still hot. Okay, let's go over our materials. So first and foremost, you are going to need a cardboard box. It could be a pizza box or any type of box that you would like. It can be any sizes too. Obviously I have a bigger box here and a smaller one, but it depends on how much food that you want to cook. You're going to need some tape. It could be packing tape like this or duct tape. You will need some scissors or a box cutter. You will need a pencil, a ruler, or a stick, but something that's going to help prop up your solar oven. You will need some black construction paper that's going to line the bottom of your oven. You will need some newspaper that's going to help insulate the edges. You will need some saran wrap that's going to help make your oven window, or if you want to get really fancy, you can use plexiglass. And last but not least, you're going to need aluminum foil, and this is going to help reflect the sun's rays to cook your food. Okay, now let's talk about some fun facts of aluminum foil. It's great for thermal and solar insulation. It's used in many electronics, and it's also great for packaging and cooking food, such as we will be doing today, and also with dinner and your leftovers. Another great fact about it is that it's 100% recyclable and reusable, which is wonderful for our planet Earth. Today, we are going to be using it because it's 88% reflective, which is going to help us harness the power of the sun. Now for a brief history of aluminum foil. Aluminum was created in the 1800s, and for the next 100 years, it became a commonly used material. In 1919, Richard S. Reynolds opened the U.S. Foil Company, and thus was born Reynolds Wrap. Aluminum foil became really popular in World War II when tin was needed for the war effort, so aluminum foil replaced tin foil. Another fun fact is aluminum foil was used for its first leftovers in 1940 when a Reynolds Wrap employee used it to cover their turkey after Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, let's get started in creating our solar oven. So you're going to need your scissors or box cutters, and you're also going to need help from an adult because cutting cardboard is really difficult and it's sharp, so it could be dangerous. So first we're going to be cutting out 3 sides from your box like this to create your flap. So you can go 1, 2, 3, like this. Okay, so you're going to want to cut your holes about 1 inch away from the edge of the box. So we're going to be making 4 holes, and you could use a ruler or a marker or pen just so you can mark your spot and make sure that the lines are going to be even when creating your flap. So you can use 1 here. I'm going to poke my hole there. I like to use 4 holes like this. This helps me get started. There's 1. This is about 1 inch. I've already pre-marked it. There's 2. This one, 3. And last but not least, 4. Okay, so they're nice and even. And you're gonna make sure, remember, we're only cutting 3 sides. So I'm gonna cut 1, 2, and 3. And this part's gonna be kind of hard, so make sure you have help from an adult. Okay, so I'm gonna open my pizza box and I'm gonna start cutting. Okay. All right, so I got my 3 sides cut. And I'm gonna pull it up like this and kind of bend it back to give it a flap. Like this. And we'll even it out and make it nice and even so we can go on to our next step. Okay, now that we got our flap cut, you're going to be cutting out a piece of aluminum foil, and you can eyeball it. You just want to make sure that it covers the bottom here and that it can wrap around, but it doesn't need to fully wrap around because we're going to be taping it. And you're going to want to make sure that the shiny side is facing down. Okay, so I'm going to take it, get it lined up there at the bottom. I'm going to wrap it. And I'll be also getting some tape so I can tape it up and make sure it's nice and secure. Okay, so as you see here, I got my aluminum foil all taped and secured to the flap of the box. Now we're going to need our saran wrap. You're going to need 2 pieces of it. You're going to need 1 piece for the top here, and then you're going to need 1 for the bottom portion of this. And now when you measure it out, you're going to need to make sure you have enough room so you can tape it to the box. So I'm going to take 1 piece here, about so. I'm going to get this taped on and secured on the box. Okay, now that we got 2 sides taped, I have a little bit of extra overlap here of saran wrap, so I'm going to fold it in, roll it in just a bit, and I'm going to tape it. And that's okay to have this not taped because when we do our second layer on the bottom, we'll make that airtight seal with the second piece of saran wrap. Take my tape, put it to the edge, a little bit that I'll cut off there. I also have this one here done. It's got the airtight seal. Now I'm going to tape this 4th edge here, just like so. Okay, press that down. Okay, now we're going to line the inside of our box. So you're going to take your black construction paper and you're going to put it inside here, just like so in the middle. And it's okay that you have this gap here on the edge because we're going to be using the newspaper for extra insulation here. Okay, so you're going to take your newspaper next, a strip of paper, and you're going to loosely roll it. Okay, then we can tape it so it's secured. And then you're going to be taking the paper, I already have some pre-rolled ones here, and you're going to be putting them inside your box or your oven. Okay. Okay, now that we've got our solar oven all assembled, it's time to cook. And the best times to cook with your solar oven is in the hottest parts of the day, which is between 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Today, I brought one of my favorite snacks that I like to cook, especially in the summertime and during camping. And it's made with graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolate. Do you guys know what we can make with all 3 of these ingredients? S'mores, that's right. So let's get outside and make some s'mores. Okay, so we're outside now. I have my s'mores all assembled. And I'm leaving the tops of them off because I'm going to wait till they start to get all nice and melted and gooey before putting the second part of the cracker on. And I also have it on a glass plate, so if you can put it on that or an aluminum pie pan or something like that, that will help retain the heat much better. So I'm going to put it inside the oven. I'm going to lay my marshmallows down because it's Arizona and it's already melting. All right. Okay, if you like, you can also put in a thermometer so you can see how hot it actually gets inside your oven. And then I'm going to want to position my box in front of the sun here, so that makes sure that it's getting all the heat reflected down into the food. So I'm going to use a ruler here just to kind of line up, see where the sun is. So there's the shadow, kind of like a sundial. Now I'm going to move my box, okay? All right, now I'm going to close it all up. Make sure it's all secure. That's down. Okay, and I'm going to want to make sure that the aluminum foil, the glare part, I can see the glare on my hand here, so that means that it's reflecting directly down from the sun onto the food. And then I'm going to use my ruler to prop it up. Double check. About there. Okay. All right, and I'm also going to put some rocks down because it's windy here in Prescott Valley. And I don't want my oven to blow away. Okay, and then I'm going to leave this here and check on it every few minutes, probably the next 15 minutes or so, and see where we're at. Okay, we're back out here. It's been a little bit more than 30 minutes, and I'm checking out my s'mores, and the chocolate's melted, and they look nice and yummy and gooey and delicious. Now, depending on what you're cooking and for how long, you're going to want to make sure that you come out and check your oven periodically. One, to make sure that the flap hasn't blown down, and then also to keep it in angle with the sun to make sure that your food keeps on cooking. All right, I'm going to take a look at my thermometer here, and it reads about 185 degrees. So about a 95, 96 degree day, and it's already up to 185 degrees. So that's great for s'mores. All right, let's take them out and get them set. Okay. Now remember, the plate is really hot, so make sure you bring out some oven mitts or a hand towel to take it safely out. And so I'm just going to take my s'mores out here. Look at that melted chocolate deliciousness. One more. Woo. Okay, I'm going to put them here on top. Squish that marshmallow down. All right, and we've got some s'mores, guys. All right, thank you for joining me, Miss Ashley, on another episode of Full Steam Ahead. Make sure you pay attention to all the events and goings-on that's happening at the library right now. Currently, Mrs. C has a awesome STEAM club happening, and you can sign up there at pvlib.net/children. And I'm gonna go eat my s'mores now, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.